Welcome to the Terrible Take, a mini podcast telling Steelers Nation what's on our mind. I'm Josh Carney. It was talked about all offseason as a potential strength of the Pittsburgh Steelers. And yet, through 2 games, it's very clearly one of the weakest links. At least for now. I'm talking about the rebuilt offensive line for the Black and Gold. A group that added veteran Isaac Seumalo in free agency and traded up to acquire Broderick Jones in the first round of the 2023 NFL Draft. Outside of one new starter in Seumalo at left guard, the Steelers returned 4 starters from last year's group that really came on strong in the second half of the season, helping find an identity offensively as a bully ball team, pounding the rock and controlling the line of scrimmage as the Steelers went 7-2 down the stretch. But through 2 games in 2023, they are no longer the bullies in the trenches offensively. Instead, they are the bullied. That identity the Steelers thought they found last season, they've lost it. Sure, some of that identity crisis on offense can be placed on offensive coordinator Matt Canada, lacking any sort of creativity or possessing the ability to adjust on the fly, and quarterback Kenny Pickett struggling to hit layup throws. But when it all boils down to is the offensive line, and those problems start in the trenches for the Steelers. In the first 2 games, the group has failed to establish any semblance of a rushing attack, generating just 96 net rushing yards on 31 attempts. Much of those 96 yards on the ground have come on 3 Najee Harris explosive runs of 24, 21, and 17 yards. Without being able to establish the run and control the line of scrimmage, the Steelers' offense has become one-dimensional through 2 weeks, allowing elite defensive fronts of the San Francisco 49ers and Cleveland Browns to tee off rushing the passer. The group has allowed 35 pressures on 84 dropbacks this season, which has led to 7 sacks of Pickett on the year. Center Mason Cole stated Wednesday that the group just isn't executing and blocking guys like they know how. It's high time they figured it out, because without the offensive line at least getting back to the level it played at in the second half last season, this Steelers offense isn't going to be able to improve, which will cause this Steelers team that had so much promise coming into the year to flatline in rather frustrating fashion. Games are won and lost in the trenches. The Steelers offensive line is losing those battles right now. Be sure to follow us at SteelersDepot.com and check out episodes of The Terrible Take every day at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And check out The Terrible Podcast with Alex Kozora and Dave Bryan every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.